I know we've all heard about it over this weekend, guys, but the fire in Lahaina in Maui, I believe it's in Maui, is absolutely crazy. We've already lost over 96 people, still more to count because they're unaccounted for. People have been having to stay in the ocean for over 4 or 5 hours, having different degrees of burns and different things. I mean, this is absolutely crazy on how out of hand this natural wildfire got. And I'm not saying it's not natural, but man, a natural wildfire does this type of damage to, I mean, how are you not prepared for this? It's crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy. So we're gonna get into it, guys. We gotta definitely stay up on what's happening here, and just pay attention to what's going on. You know what I mean? So I hope we all enjoyed our weekend, though, even with all the craziness going on. And I hope we're having a great Monday to start off the week. All right, but we're gonna get into it and try to make this the best we can. We got this first article here. Right here it says, and this is from CBS News, deadly wildfires in Hawaii, which killed scores of people and forced thousands to evacuate, were fueled by a mix of land and atmospheric conditions that can create fire weather. A massive blaze destroyed much of the historic town of Lahaina on Maui, and authorities said Sunday that the death toll had climbed past 90. And according to the last that I've seen, we're at 96 already. Hawaii Governor Josh Green said Sunday there is very little left of Lahaina, where more than 2,700 structures have been destroyed in what is now the deadliest U.S. wildfire in more than a century. Green said he expects the death toll to keep climbing. There are more fatalities that will come, Green told CBS News. The fire was so hot that what we find is the tragic finding that you would imagine, as though a fire has come through and it's hard to recognize anybody. And what caused the Maui fire? Much of Hawaii was under a red flag warning for fire risk when the wildfires broke out, but the exact cause of the blaze is still unknown. We don't know what actually ignited the fires, but we were made aware in advance by the National Weather Service that we were in a red flag situation. So that's dry conditions for a long time, so the fuel, the trees, and everything was dry. Major General Kenneth Hara, Commander General of the Hawaii Army National Guard, said at a briefing Wednesday. That, along with low humidity and high winds, set the conditions for the wildfires, he said. And as you can see, guys, in this picture, I mean, this isn't even as bad as it looks, but it's just crazy. The winds were just getting out of control. Power lines were down everywhere. Maui resident J.D. Hessimer, who owned a business in Lahaina, later told CBS Morning, "We just decided it was not safe to stay around for the day." Echoing wildfire experts, Governor Green said Friday that he believes a confluence of weather conditions contributed to the ignition and spread of the blaze. It is a product, in my estimation, of certainly global warming. Lord Jesus, get out of here. It's the summer, with drought combined with a superstorm where we had a hurricane offshore several hundred miles, still generating large winds. The powerful winds fanning the flames were generated by Hurricane Dora, a storm that was moving across the Pacific Ocean hundreds of miles south of the Hawaiian Islands. And the hurricane, classified as a Category 4 by the Central Pacific Hurricane Center on Wednesday morning, contributed to heavy wind gusts above 60 miles an hour that tore through Maui. And guys, I mean, they say it's, the power lines got knocked down, which to me, that would be the number one contributing factor. It wouldn't be it's not a natural wildfire. And honestly, I really need to know how these natural wildfires even happen. Like, I understand, like, you need some sort of friction. You need some sort of spark to happen. Like, it's not just about being dry. I mean, Arizona, we're always dry. Okay. And it's not like we have wildfires every year. I mean, when we have them, and they're pretty bad. But when it comes to this, guys, I mean, it seems to me more it'd probably be the power lines. Not trying to be conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but if the winds are blowing and the power lines get knocked down, if they aren't shut off properly, that can obviously catch a spark, obviously, and it's just crazy the amount of damage that it did. It's just crazy to me what it did, and I actually have this little clip. It's a little 40-second clip just showing us the before and after of what Lahaina looked like before the fire and after the fire, and it's just crazy looking at this. So we're gonna play this real quick and see what we got. I mean, guys, it's so beautiful. And then, bam, look at that. The whole city. The whole city. Look how beautiful that dock area is. And it's just decimated. Wow. The water looks like shit. Wow, guys. I mean, again, it's just, it's absolutely crazy how this happened. And you know what's even crazier is how our government politicians that aren't in Hawaii, actually in Hawaii, how much they don't care. And we're definitely talking about our president. Okay. And it's not, look, if Trump did the same thing, I'd be on his ass too, because you can't just not say anything or barely say anything where you're just be like, oh, well, my administrations, we're definitely going to put all of our resources towards people in Maui and make sure everything's okay. Like, no, like, stop it. Can you like give some sort of encouraging word, say how much you feel for the people there? Like, give something. Not just like, oh, I'm going to get my administration to put all the resources towards it. Duh, you're going to do that, because if you don't do that, you're going to have riots. Okay, but you still need to give something for the people that are struggling there. That you're the president of the entire United States. Okay, this is one of our states. You need to have some sort of compassion in your statement. Not just, I'm going to make sure all resources are available. Like, stop it. So we got this here from Newsweek, guys. And it's just crazy on exactly what happened. But President Joe Biden is facing a backlash for his reportedly dismissive responses on Sunday to questions about the recent wildfires in Maui, Hawaii, that have taken the lives of 96 people, with more still unaccounted for. Biden was cycling on vacation at the seaside in Delaware, according to Bloomberg correspondent Justin Sink, after spending a few hours sunbathing on the beach near his home. When asked about the death toll on the island, Biden replied with a quote-unquote no comment before leaving. Asked by several reporters camped outside earlier in the day whether he could stop riding his bike to talk about the devastating blaze, Biden responded, "We're looking at it." Jesus. The president has since faced criticism online for appearing uncaring, with some critics comparing his reaction to the disaster over the past week to his response to the toxic spill following a train derailment near East Palestine, Ohio, earlier in the year, for which he also faced a backlash. And I mean, guys, rightfully so. Rightfully so. Like, this guy's clearly not president. Okay? Like, yes, he's president by name. But who's running this administration? Not him. Not him. And the way he answers these questions when it comes to disasters shows you exactly that. He is barely even aware of what the hell is going on. It's crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy that the amount of people just didn't do a little bit of research into who Joe Biden was and who he is. He always has been this way. He always was a liar. He always gave you some BS. Like, he's never been a person that you could respect. At least when you heard him talk, you could at least hear Obama and have respect for him, because he was just a very articulate person. You could obviously tell when he said something about a disaster or something, you could tell he had a little bit of care in his voice at the very minimum. You know, like, this guy's barely even aware of what's going on right now with Biden. You know, it's crazy to me. And I mean, I also have this little thing here too, where it shows how much vacation time this guy's taken, okay, since he took office. This is what's crazy, guys, okay? Since he took office, President Biden, this is from yahoo.com, President Biden, the 80-year-old leader of the nation, is adding to his vacation days tally as he takes a 10-day beach getaway in Delaware, with this latest trip away from the hustle of Washington, D.C. The president's known vacation days have reached 360, which accounts for nearly 40% of the total time he has spent in office. Guys, again, 40 freaking percent of his entire time in office, he has been on vacation. Vacation. Like, what the hell? What the hell? If Donald Trump took 40% of his presidency and was on vacation, I'd be upset too. Like, this is not about Biden or Trump. This is about, you're the goddamn president of the United States. What the hell? And he's going to take a 10-day beach vacation when Maui is up in flames and we almost have 100 people. We're definitely going to have more than 100 people dead after this. One of the most deadly wildfires we've had in U.S. history over the last century. I mean, guys, like, when are we gonna what are we gonna care? I really hope people are starting to wake up to this Biden dude. I really hope so, because we can't have him. We can't have him for another 4 years. Gas prices are already crazy. I don't know how people are even surviving making under $50,000-$60,000 a year. I mean, I'm barely making, $70,000 a year, $80,000 a year at the very most, and I'm even tight. You know what I mean? So I can only imagine people that are making 50, 60 and under. It's like, how is this even livable? So we just need to wake up. We need to wake up, guys. And this is just, to me, is the worst thing in the world. We can't have a president that's going on vacation 40% of the time he's been in office. That shows you he's not running things. He's not doing anything. He's just letting his administration and his staff just run absolutely everything. And he just gets the highlights. It's like me watching ESPN these days because ESPN's owned by Disney, and I just don't like how my sports is owned by Disney. But I don't even watch sports that much anymore. I just follow the highlights. That's exactly what our president's doing. We just gotta wake up, guys. This is something that both sides of the aisle, we should definitely be on the same page of. Be like, look, do we ever want a president having 40% of the time spent in office being on vacation? That should be a resounding no matter what side of the aisle you're on. No matter what side of the aisle. So again, guys, just need to wake up, pay attention to what's going on, and definitely we need to send some prayers out to Maui and the people of Lahaina. Everyone that got displaced from this fire, definitely send a prayer their way and just keep them in your prayers, for the foreseeable future, because they're definitely going to need it. They're going to need it. So, but I hope we all have a good day, guys. Make sure we stay blessed and have a good start to your week. And I'll see you on the next video.